Greg Srzavasty with Deepest Dream. Pleasure to meet both of you.
Nice to meet you.
You know, I love psychological thrillers, mystery suspense. I love that genre, but was the fact that this movie really centered on the emotional trauma and the psychological aspect as opposed to the aesthetic, the visual aesthetic, was that a big draw for both of you as far as it really goes really deep into the humanistic side of things?
Definitely. Yeah, that and the cast. I mean, I think both Amy and I were drawn to the fact that we get to work with Noomi and Joel, and Amy and I have been trying to work with each other for a while. So the fact that when I heard she was doing it, I was thrilled. And then we had Yuval as our leader. So yes, everything you just said, and on top of a really cool bunch of people.
I think for me, having seen Yuval's films, what I was excited about is what he was going to bring to the script, namely in the more human, like realism side, and not just have it be, you know, a revenge or a thriller story, that it was actually going to go into the trauma and keeping it real. And he was so good at even in the very subtle and quiet scenes that I had with Noomi that are so loaded. He was really good at keeping us grounded in not just like the context of the time period, but also the context of what we knew when we knew it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, Noomi seems like to be a very special actor. As a moviegoer, just watching her, she seems to really go that extra real distance. And I don't know how to put it into words, but for you guys, just as experienced actors, what is it like having a scene partner like Noomi in these scenes?
Well, it makes you, you know, any kind of, you know, Noomi, Amy, having this kind of talent looking at you, it only makes you better. It's like playing tennis with a great tennis player. You know, you all of a sudden you're like, wow, I think I'm getting better at this, you know, and it's because they're hitting the ball so well to you. They're delivering it right to you. And that's kind of what it was. Noomi, on top of the fact that she's so talented, she was a real leader, I thought. This was a very quick shoot. The material's very intense. And she was just a rock the whole time. And so I followed her, you know, I followed her through the kind of the war of shooting a movie, you know, so to speak.
You know, I'm sorry, Amy.
Oh, no, if you have one more question. So.
I have one quick question, Amy, just quick question for you and quick question for you, Chris. How does Barbara Loden, I guess in a very quick manner, how has she inspired you as a storyteller? Because I personally can't wait to see Wanda. And very quickly on top of that, Chris, what does Amy bring as a filmmaker and collaborator? So just. Oh
man, you asked the wrong question at the end. I'm gonna rush, but she's everything to me. I mean, the first time I saw Wanda was it gave me permission as a female filmmaker to explore women I hadn't really seen frequently in cinema, and that like the idea, bringing forth the idea of fascinating character as opposed to her being a redeeming character, you know, that was worthy of watching. And so I take a lot from Wanda, maybe even you could say rip off Wanda.
I want to answer. I'll answer quickly, but it's really a longer story. And I tell you, at any time that I think Amy's a master storyteller, not only like just as you know, an incredible actress, but just the way she put that movie together, the way in which she conducts a set and sets up a playground for every department. If every movie was made that way, I would be in heaven. So that's the quick version of a very long story.
Great. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.